We're still preparing. Let me like it. Oh, I can't like it from my side. One person has joined us. Good day, good day, good day, good day. I was just waiting for you. Just like the video, they like the video. The person who's joined us like the video. Ladies and gentlemen, today, kings and queens of the land, ladies and gentlemen, today I want to talk about the Constitutional Court judges. The Constitutional Court judges, President Zuma has requested that the Constitutional Court judges should recuse themselves in the case which is coming on Friday, this coming Friday. Today is the 9th, if I'm not mistaken. Today is the 9th, and then the case is coming up in the Constitutional Court on the 11th, which is the Friday. Thank you for joining us. I see 3 people have already joined us. Thank you for joining. Please like the video. Click the like button there. And subscribe if you did not subscribe. We are talking about the issue of the Constitutional Court judges which is supposed to sit on Friday. First, I just wanna give my opinion just about law, because this thing is supposed to be simple for everybody to understand. I mean, why do we need lawyers? Why do we need lawyers to interpret laws for us? Isn't it reasonable that every person who has to follow a particular law needs to know and understand that law that he has to follow? So why is it that the ordinary South African is taken to court? Why is it that we need interpretation for the laws which we supposed to follow? Uh, uh, I feel like if it could be proven that I'm not able to follow a particular or I don't understand a particular law, if it could be proven, I'm not obliged to follow such a law. How will you follow a law that you don't understand? It should follow that you are not obliged to follow such a law. So common citizen, every citizen should understand the law. It should not be complicated for anybody. We should be able to, all of us, understand what does it mean for ordinary people. The issue that we need lawyers when we go to court, I really don't understand, because why do I need a lawyer? Because I'm the one who did wrong. So, and I'm actually the one who is supposed to know uh, uh, the law, because if I have to go to court about a particular law that I broke, I cannot be blamed for something that I don't even know. If I don't know a particular law, why should I be blamed for breaking it? If I don't understand a particular law, uh, why should I be blamed for for breaking the law? So my opinion about the Roman Dutch law in the first place is actually that the Roman Dutch law should leave us alone uh, first. But the issue that we're talking about here today, we're talking about the constitutional court judges who are supposed. President Zuma has written to the constitutional court to request that six of its judges should be recused on the case which is sitting on Friday, brought by the IEC. The IEC has brought the matter to the Constitutional Court that they wanted to understand if President Zuma indeed he is actually not included in that, because the electoral court is fined against the IEC, that the electoral court have said uh, uh, IEC was wrong to say President Zuma has been sentenced. That's what the IEC said. They said the electoral court said the IEC was wrong to say President Zuma has been sentenced, because what the constitutional court did to President Zuma could not have amounted to a sentence. So now the IEC back to the constitutional court. They go back to the constitutional court to ask the constitutional court if the constitutional court was right to sentence President Zuma. The very same judges, six of those judges, found President Zuma, have declared, not found, have declared President Zuma guilty of a crime which he was not given an opportunity to go and defend himself in the court of law. They declared him guilty without an option to appeal. So the people who were involved in this mess, President Zuma does not trust them to be able to have a sober judgment. I see there's 17 people joining us, but we only have one like there. Please click the like button. Please click the like button. We're talking about judges which have been requested to recuse themselves, reasonably so. So, as I was still explaining, President Zuma, where the issue come from, President Zuma have been declared by the Constitutional Court judges guilty, not found guilty, because it was supposed to be a process. Finding somebody guilty, it's a process. So they did not find him guilty, they declared him guilty and decided to sentence him outside the legal parameters of sentencing. So the electoral court have said, oh, the sentence that was given to President Zuma could not have amounted to a sentence, because a sentence comes from a certain process. And the process that we're talking about when we talk about a sentence, we talk about a person going to a criminal court, being asked the opportunity to plead guilty or not guilty, uh, and then uh, appear in front of the magistrate or the judge and be found innocent or guilty. So it did not happen with President Zuma. President Zuma was just kidnapped into prison. So the electoral court found that whatever that the constitutional court did could not have amounted into a sentence. Because it could not have amounted into a sentence, because it could not have amounted into a sentence. They said the IEC was wrong to declare that President Zuma was not fit to run for the election. So now the IEC have taken the electoral court case to the constitutional court, which is illegal because the electoral court decision cannot be appealed by the IEC. And the reason why it can be appealed by the IEC is because the electoral court basically represent the IEC. It's the neutral person for the IEC. So they can't appeal their own decision. So, but Zondo has allowed them to go to the Constitutional Court, and then okay, busy fanaka. So Zondo has allowed them to go to the Constitutional Court. So they are supposed to be sitting on Friday. So now I have heard that the Constitutional Court judges have refused to recuse themselves, because if they recuse themselves from the sitting, it means they will not form a quorum because they are 11, and whom I have requested that 6 of them should be recused. So if 6 of the judges are recused on Friday, then it means the Constitutional Court sitting, which is supposed to happen on Friday, will not happen because it will not form a quorum. They are supposed to form a quorum. So they will not allow this to happen. They will not allow that they don't form a quorum because they want to sit and again uh, uh, advocate on the very same decision, their own decision, the decision that they made previously. Now they are asked to ratify it, to say if they were wrong or right on the decision that they made. I think it's not fair. They will obviously say please click the like button. Let's click the like button there, and let's click the subscribe button. All of us, let's click the like button and the subscribe button. So the judges are supposed to sit and talk about their own decisions, whether they were wrong or right to kidnap President Zuma to jail. Obviously, they will say they were right. And obviously, they have to, on Friday, they have to sit because their masters want them to sit on Friday. Remember, we still don't know which constitutional court judges were paid by the CR17 funds. We still don't know which judges were paid. So if they have to replace 6 judges, it will means it will mean they will have to find uh, people whom can be bribed to find the case in their favor, and in a very short space of time, which is 1 day. And if you have to negotiate such things, you need to negotiate with people that you can trust, that they won't expose you, that they won't expose you on the issues. So uh, I don't think it will happen that the Constitutional Court judges recuse themselves, uh, because if they do that, it will means they will have to put other judges which may not have been paid by the CR's uh, 17 funds. So it may find in favor of President Zuma. But President Zuma fairly asked that the people who sent him to jail uh, without trial, for the first time in the for the first time in the history of the world, that anybody has been sentenced by the Constitutional Court, and for the first time after apartheid has ended, that somebody have been detained without trial, taken to jail without being told what wrong he did. So now those people, the same people who sent him to jail, they have to sit and determine whether they were right or wrong. So President Zuma uh, asked the judges fairly to say, recuse yourself. But when he asked the judges to recuse themselves, he collapsed their sitting. Their sitting will collapse. So I don't think they will allow it. I think they will insist and come. Let's interact as Bu Mzobe. The judges won't rule against their judgment, against uh, against their judgment against Zuma, because if they do admit they were wrong, that means they will have to account for 300 plus people that died due to that wrong decision they took. Oh, there's a lot of implications. Yes, they will never agree that the decision. I agree exactly, with Spoon there. There has been billions of assets, billions of rands that were consequently lost because of the decision, of the wrong decision that the National Court judges have made. Because of that wrong decision, uh, 300, and I think it's 360 people somewhere there, correct me if I'm wrong, died consequently because of of that wrong decision. You can't go and kidnap an old man without trial, kidnap him to jail, and then you say that is law, and you say that is freedom. It can never be. It can never be. So let's hear what is your view about the topic that we're talking about here. This guy, this Nyaope guy. Most of the time, most people say when they look at my hair, because it looks like the people whom are dejected people, the nyaupes. People think these are natural hair. It grows naturally on its own in my head. Nothing I did. So, guys, nyaupe people have um, uh, will not have a phone for that matter, or a data to sit and be live on YouTube platform. You should understand that a person who can do that has to be sober, and has to have a little bit of control of his life. Most people are in drugs. Most people are addicted to sugar diabetic drugs. They are addicted to cancer drugs. Most other population is in drugs. But today I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the judges that are supposed to recuse themselves on Friday. They will never recuse themselves. This is another important sitting that South Africa has to watch, because those people are never going to recuse themselves, and those people are never going to say that they were wrong what they did, because if they say so, they will have to be sent to jail for breaking the law, for intentionally breaking the law and for causing chaos in South Africa. That is treason. I think that is high treason. What judges did on President Zuma amount to high treason. And the result of what they did shows that it's actually high treason. So I think they will want to stick to their stance. They will want to continue arrogantly saying that they were right. President Zuma has a 15-month sentence. Uh, uh, while they know a sentence is a process. That is what the electoral court said. The sentence cannot be declared. The sentence cannot just be a declaration. A sentence is it's a process that has to be followed. It means there's a criminal law that has to be applied on somebody. Somebody has to be arrested, given a case number, goes to court, and represent himself against uh, the accusations, which has never happened with President Zuma. He was never given the opportunity to represent himself. So we're going to have to watch what will happen on Friday. I think the judges will continue with their arrogance. They are going to declare again that they were right in their decision. President Zuma is guilty, and these things will be resolved after the elections. I think that's going to happen. On the other hand, Ramaphosa have signed the appropriation bill into law. The bill, to put it simple, or for anybody who is like me to understand, I still worry about people not understanding law. And when we try to talk about law, people says we are not lawyers. If there's a certain law that I need to follow as a citizen of South Africa, I need to understand the law. If I don't understand, then I'm not obliged to follow that law. How possibly can I follow a law that I don't understand? I don't know. So I have to talk about these laws, the judges. I'm not a lawyer, but I have to talk about these laws, because it's laws that we need to follow as citizens. So if we don't understand, whether we understand or we don't understand, it's immaterial. In actual fact, we are supposed to understand the laws. If it's difficult for us to understand, then it should not be our law. If we find it impossible for us to understand, then that should not be our law. It should belong to some people. Let me see. Who is he? Who is commenting again? Um, Boom Zobe says some people use emotions when dealing with these issues and forget that if one day they could be in one into prison without trial. Yes, now because the Constitutional Court have sent President Zuma to jail without trial, that has become a law. Then any citizen can be sent to jail without a trial now. It's a law now, as we speak. It's allowed. So people will just go and sit in a meeting. They were not even at court because they were supposed to be in court. They go and sit in a meeting. It's just a setting. It's a meeting where they decide uh, President Zuma should be sent to jail without trial. So they can decide against anybody. We all know that these people they are mostly paid, mainly they are paid agents. So they could I mean the judges themselves. We know there are judges who are getting paid. They told us that Ramaphosa did paid. It's a fact. We're not talking. And I understand, Mzobi, other people will be emotional about the issue because about serious issues here. So emotional, it's okay. Stick around, hear what we are saying, talk whatever you are talking, but listen to what we are trying to say about the law. So I'm still talking about the law that Ramaphosa has signed. What it means? It means now, in simple terms, before political parties were allowed to receive funding. Political parties were allowed to receive funding from private people and from private companies. But individuals were not allowed to receive monies from private companies or from private people. They were not allowed to receive high amounts of money uh, for campaigning in a political party or for campaigning to be elected in the national elections. People were not allowed to, according to the law before. So Ramaphosa broke the law about the CR17 funding because they funded him in his pocket. And the reason why white people want this law to be appropriated or to be signed into bill, it's because when you fund the organization, let's say you fund the organization like the ANC, you still have a problem with people like Zuma, who would rise from the ANC and become president, funded by the white monarch. Of when they fund them, they don't want people whom they don't like to rise to become powerful. So now they want to fund individuals. They want to bribe individuals. Basically, they want the law to allow them to bribe individuals to be able, uh, so that they can be able to buy people without problems. Now they can buy Ramaphosa, and the reason why he signed this into law is to protect himself because in the previous time, it was argued that it was illegal what he did, though the courts found again in his favor. But what he did, it was basically illegal. So now, when he signed that into law, he's trying to protect himself when he leave the office as president of the republic, so that when this case go back to court, it will be then illegal. They will be arguing from the point of something which is already legal, while he did it while it was still illegal. So, because they are not sure what will happen, they can see that people will now vote for the MK party. The two-third majority of the MK party is confirmed on the ground. It will happen. So because of this, they are afraid that the MK party will take them to court and win over other issues and all those things. So they are trying to build bridges to protect themselves, and also to make sure that they can easily buy. They can easily buy people. They can easily fund, uh, like they did with Ramaphosa, when they give him 1 billion. So they were just legalizing, giving people billions, uh, uh, just to go and buy elections or to go and buy people. And buying people, it's these days, like, it's what they do. It's everything they rely on buying. They think everything, the solution for everything is buying. You need to buy people, you need to buy this, you need to buy this one, you need to buy that one. Pay him, give him a tender. I think that is the only solution that the ANC now has. So I think this appropriation bill will also allow the independent candidate to source funding without getting arrested. But the reason why the independent candidate were put through in the first place, it was for them to be able to change this law so that they are protected when they are found to have funded. Instead of funding the ANC now, they will just fund the individuals that they trust. They are going to push their agenda. Let's click the like button. Let's click the like button. Those who are in, let's click the like button. So I was just coming in to talk about those issues. I was just coming in live to talk about those issues. uh, I'll just check if there's a new comment. You can engage us in the next 5 minutes. We will be out. Let's click the like button and subscribe. Click the like button and subscribe. Click the like button and subscribe. Let's share this content so that more people who are like me, who really does not understand why the law should be complicated. Why is it that the law should be complicated? Why is it that the people who are supposed to follow the law cannot understand these things and are not allowed to talk about it? Why is it like that? Because if there's a particular law that I need to follow, a particular law that can take me to jail, I have to understand it. If it can be proven in any court of law that I don't understand the law, why should I be held responsible to follow such a law? A law that I don't understand. Why? Uh, so I think my argument is we don't even need lawyers. If there's a particular law that people don't understand, it does not have to apply on them. Every law uh, which is in South Africa, every citizen who has to follow that law should understand it. If they don't understand that law, they are not obligated to following that law. So let's click the like button and let's subscribe. And I think more people we should start talking about the law. Let's talk about the law. Whether you understand it or you don't, talk about it. Those who have a problem when we talk about this, let them have a problem. At the end of the day, it's us who get arrested without understanding why we are arrested. Without understanding why we get arrested, we get arrested. Boom Zobi has done a lot of comments there. I want to read one of his comments before I go out of the live session. If anyone has got anything to say there, if you love what we are doing, please click the like button there and tell us on the chat there that you do like it. Tell us on the chat that you are happy about what we are doing. So I was checking. I saw Ramaphosa was live. Uh, uh, Somewhere in the northwest. I think he's in the northwest talking there. And it was on that channel I was watching. It was only 64 people. So I think we're doing well. We're at 32. Hey, we're doing very well because the president is talking on the other side and I'm talking on the other side. We're doing very well at 30, 32 there. So um let me just read the comment there. There is no law under the constitution that allows for any South African to be sentenced without trial. This means what they did to Zuma, it's unconstitutional. It's true. This is how we should understand the law. Uh, it has to be simple like that. Is there a law that allows people to just take people to jail without trial in South Africa? That is the question, and the answer is no. Uh, if was President Zuma taken to jail without trial? The answer is yes. Then what they did is unconstitutional. It's not legal. It's outside the law. So people who did things outside the law, uh, yes, as and he says, "Thank you, Spud." He says, "I like the conversation." Yeah, thank you, Spud. Thank you very much. Other people who like the conversation, please say again. Click the like button. They were at 9. I need 10 15 likes now. Click the like button there and tell us what you understand about the law there. Whether what we're talking makes sense or does not make sense, tell us so that we can have a conversation about these things as ordinary South Africans. The politicians does not talk about these things because they don't want us to understand most of these things. They only want us to understand. They don't even want us to understand when we go to court. We are just afraid when we go there. We don't know what to do because the laws are just look like they are against us. So uh, let's talk about these laws. Let's talk about the law. Let's talk about the law. Otherwise, we're not obliged to follow it. No program, there's nothing the Constitutional Court has to educate citizens about the law, but they expect the citizens to follow the law. Is this law a trap? Because if it's not a trap, I have to know about it and I have to understand it so that I know if I'm breaking the law. So the way it's operating at the moment, it's a trap. Uh, you find you have broken the law in some instances that you don't know. Then you need a lawyer that needs to go and talk to them why you broke the law, because you can't talk for yourself because you don't understand the law. That is a problem. uh, I argue that we are not supposed to need lawyers when we go to court because I'm the one who broke the law. Why do I need a lawyer? I must tell the judges why did I broke the law. If I need a lawyer, it means I don't even understand why I broke the law. So the lawyer is going to talk on my behalf why I broke the law. So why should I be held responsible for breaking the law that I don't even understand? That is my argument about the whole issue. The constitutional court judges are going to force themselves into this sitting because they have to vindicate themselves. That is why they accepted the case in the first place. They are white. The white people want Zuma out. White people want him out. So these are the people who can do the job at the moment. The constitutional court judges are the people who can do this dirty job against President Zuma, like they have done before. They did the dirty job on behalf of, and they go and explain to propaganda to South African that the Constitutional Court has a right. The Constitutional Court has no right to sentence anyone without a trial. And the Constitutional Court has no right to set itself up as a trial court. The Constitutional Court has no right to sentence somebody without giving him an option of an appeal. They don't have a right to do that. That is straightforward law. So they broke the law. Because they broke the law, they're supposed to stand aside. Other judges who will be rational uh, uh, to come in and really judge about what is happening here. Whether the constitutional court was right or those judges were right to sentence President Zuma to 15 months. The electoral court has said they did not find that President Zuma have been sentenced. They said whatever, they don't even know what the constitutional court did. They said whatever the constitutional court did could not amount into a sentence. So the constitutional court uh, has to go and define what they did to President Zuma. So they will want to defend themselves. Otherwise, it's an issue of they will not have a sitting on Friday because they won't form a quorum. Because forming there it's 11 judges, I think, 11 judges of the Constitutional Court. Click the like button there. Let's click the like button. 11 judges of the Constitutional Court have to form a quorum in order to sit. If they are not forming a quorum on Friday, if those judges are excused, then they won't form a quorum, then the issue will not be able to be heard on Friday, and the elections are coming closer and closer. President Zuma is becoming more of a president again than they would wish. So they have to try and stop him. They have to try and stop him at all cost. At all cost, they have to stop President Zuma because they understand clearly what it means for the black man if President Zuma win this election. They understand that it means the collapse of the white system. It means the collapse of the British Empire. It means the collapse of the deep state in South Africa. It means the collapse of the Illuminati, the people who control this planet. It means the collapse of those structures that are holding them there, the witches that are holding these illegal structures together. They are collapsing. Is the collapse of colonialism because the land will be taken back to its rightful owners. The financial sector will be taken back to its rightful owners. The economy will be taken back to its rightful owners if President Zuma win these elections. So the white man, the The man in charge who knows that President Zuma cannot be bought will not stand and watch President Zuma win the election, because it means uh, disaster for them when President Zuma win the election. It means the land at which the malls are built will be expropriated without compensation. It means that. It means the businesses of black people in townships will be able to be in the malls. It exactly means that. So they know, white people knows that it means that. So they will not allow him to just go for free and win against the white system. President Zuma will be fought by the white people by all means possible to them to be able to this means the direction I'm in, uh, the sun. I'm in the wrong side of the sun. Yes. Is there any new comment? Anybody commenting? Guys, do we have people live? Yeah, we've got 43 people who are live here. Yeah, that's fine. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you for coming to join me in this live session where we were talking about the Constitutional Court judges, which are supposed to recuse themselves on Friday, on a sitting that concerns President Zuma and him being sent to prison without trial. The Constitutional Court judges have to sit and say whether they were right to say they were wrong. I think it's irrational in the first place that the same people who send you to jail are supposed to say whether they are right or wrong. Who can find himself guilty? It's the same thing that Zondo did when he was asked to recuse himself. He acted at the at the state commission. When he was asked to recuse himself, Zondo acted as a witness. He acted as an he agreed that he was accused of not being rational, and he gave evidence that he was rational. And then he gave a judgment out of his evidence that he gave that he was rational, gave a judgment that agreed with the evidence that he gave. Like, you are the you are the you are the perpetrator, the one who did wrong. You are the one uh, uh, who is giving evidence, and you are the one who is the judge. Why can't they allow citizens to do the same in the court? Why can't they allow ordinary citizens? When I'm the one who did the crime, why can't they allow me to go to court and tell them that I did not do the crime? I give evidence. I did not do the crime, and after giving evidence, give me an opportunity to judge the case. Why can't they allow it to ordinary citizens to do so? Why is it like that? Running away from the sun. I'm running away from the sun. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to say thank you for joining me in this live session, and thank you for liking those who liked the video. Please, those who did not like the video, click the like button there. click the like button. We're now closing the session. Sbu, thank you very much for your comment. Thank you for joining us. Even GSM, who says, I must stop Nyaupe. Thank you for joining us. Everybody, thank you for joining us. And thank you for participating, though you were irrelevant because I think you don't have some other people, when they don't have proper things to contribute, they decide to attack you on the on an angle where they think they can win. Like GSM there who says I should stop Nyaupe. He thinks in that if we go in that area is going to win. But thank you for everybody who has joined this live session and who is still live with us. I would like to say I'm ending this live session until there's the next breaking news. For now, everybody keep cool. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.